Today on this video, I'm going to show you 3 awesome places to see near St. George, Utah that you may not know of. These are places that are certain not to disappoint. The first awesome place in the area surrounding St. George, Utah that you may not have heard of is Paradise Valley Trails for driving directions to the Chuckwalla Trailhead just west of Highway 18, about a half-mile north of Red Hills Parkway. Paradise Valley is a part of the Red Cliffs National Conservation Area, located just south and east of Snow Canyon State Park. There are several trails in Paradise Valley, but one route that I particularly like is Chuckwalla to Halfway Wash to Paradise Rim to Turtle Wall and then back down Chuckwalla. It makes a loop of about 3 or 4 miles, and it's relatively easy to do. Most hikers can easily accomplish this in an hour or two. Turtle Wall. This very popular and scenic 1-mile trail segment is located in Paradise Canyon and can be accessed indirectly from Chuckwalla, Halfway Wash, and Gap trailheads. It is most often hiked or ridden as part of a loop trail involving either the Chuckwalla, Paradise Rim, and Halfway Wash trails or Chuckwalla, Beck Hill, and Paradise Rim trails. Other loop options are available, partly a single-track trail and partly a slick rock or slightly rocky trail. It is most popular with hikers and mountain bikers. From its junction with Chuckwalla Trail, it is largely uphill to the junction of Turtle Wall and Paradise Rim Trail. The cumulative elevation gain is about 350 feet, and the total up and down elevation change is about 480 feet. Completing the ever-popular 3.5-mile loop on the Chuckwalla, Turtle Wall, and Paradise Rim and Halfway Wash trails entails considerable up and down, making the loop of moderate difficulty. Most of the trail runs along the bottom of a spectacular red rock wall incised with grottos, small side canyons, and beautiful arches. Abundant desert wildlife, including hawks, eagles, rabbits, lizards, birds, chuckwallas, and a rare Gila monster, may be seen at various times in the year. Visitors are asked to keep pets on leash to protect the pets and the wildlife and other visitors, and to remain on designated trails to protect the critical habitat. The trail crosses lands administered by BLM. The next awesome place in the area surrounding St. George, Utah, that you may not have heard of is the Yellow Knolls Trail. For driving directions, take North Cottonwood Springs Road off of Red Hills Parkway for about 4 miles, and you'll see the Yellow Knolls Trailhead on the right. Yellow Knolls. The Yellow Knolls Trail is most often accessed via the Yellow Knolls Trailhead at elevation 3940 feet, located off the upper middle portion of the Cottonwood Road. The mostly single-track, well-marked, sandy trail is about 2 miles in length with a cumulative elevation gain of about 440 feet and total elevation change up and down of about 620 feet one way. This is a relatively easy trail suitable for most hikers and equestrians, but a little bit too sandy in some sections for most mountain bikers. From the Yellow Knolls Trailhead, the trail descends towards the wash to the trail's lowest elevation of about 3,810 feet. It then slowly ascends through a picturesque valley with beautiful sandstone pyramidal formations, including expansive checkerboard faces, much like those found on Zion National Park. Highlights include red and white slick rock formations and spectacular floral displays in springtime. Common desert wildlife in the area includes tortoises, cottontail rabbits, coyotes, mule deer, raptors, and occasional Great Basin rattler, among other desert species. The tall Navajo sandstone formations, which comprise yellow knolls, was transported by wind more than 183 million years ago. Tiny grains of quartzite sand covered much of what we now call Utah. These sand dunes, up to 2,500 feet thick, eventually were cemented into stone. Geologists call this process metamorphosis. Burnt orange to creamy white in color, Navajo sandstone, the predominant rock in the area, is what remains of the ancient desert sand sea. Over time, water has cut and shaped the sandstone to form canyons and knolls. Approximately 1.4 million years ago, and as recently as 27,000 years ago, nearby cinder cones erupted, causing lava to flow down these canyons, filling them with basalt. This redirected ancient waterways, eventually carving new canyons. Look up to see lava-capped ridges that were once canyon bottoms. The next awesome place in the area surrounding St. George, Utah, that you may not have heard of is Shinab-Kibi Trail. For driving directions, use your cell phone navigation to navigate to Shinab-Kibi Trailhead. Shinab-Kibi Trail is approximately 1.4 mile round trip with an elevation gain of approximately 630 feet. It's an out and back trail. The trail starts at the north side of a residential area and goes up to the top of a plateau, which is approximately 400 feet by 800 feet at the top. There is a slight incline from the west to the east side of the plateau. The view is 360 degrees at the top and is very scenic. This trail takes you up a fairly quick elevation gain, which can be difficult for a few hikers, but most will have no trouble at all. Just take it slow and mind the little ones as you get closer to the top, as there is a short area where there are some steep drop-offs. But with a little care, it should cause no safety difficulties whatever. When you get to the top, be sure to sign in by the navigation arrow. Families with children at most any age can scale Shinab-Kibi Plateau, and it takes about an hour or a little more to complete, depending upon how long you spend looking around on top. It's a popular trail for birding, hiking, and in some cases running. Shinab-Kibi, pronounced Shinobi-Kibi Trail, is one less traveled but brings great reward. Although the trail starts in the heart of bustling community of Washington, it has a very secluded nature, and once you reach the top of the plateau, it feels like you have left everything and everyone behind. Shinab-Kibi is named after a Paiute deity who was considered to be a local protector for the tribe. The mesa was a sacred place for the local Paiutes, and its name means Great Spirit, Shinob, Mountain, Kibi. It was a place of refuge from attacks from the neighboring Navajo tribe that would capture women and children and use them as slaves. Hikers can still find an ancient medicine wheel near the summit. And these are the 3 more amazing things to see near St. George, Utah,